Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. GH spoilers. Pregnant Porsche delivers big news. Porsche Robinson has been under pressure on General Hospital to undergo a pregnancy test after it was confirmed she was pregnant. The excellent doctor has been dragging her feet and doesn't want to know who her baby daddy is just now. GH teasers reveal this week Porsche Robinson will disclose important news. Is she finally taking the highly anticipated paternity test? Curtis needs answers. Now General Hospital watchers know that Porsche Robinson had no intention of exposing her pregnancy thus early on. Jordan Ashford grabbed her secret away from her and ratted her out to Curtis Jordan. Now, Curtis is pressing her to take a paternity test so that he knows whether or not he is the father. Porsche made it quite apparent she loves her kid regardless of whether it is Curtis' baby or her co-worker Isaiah Gannon's baby. It's reasonable that Curtis wants to know now. Why should he stand by her for 9 months, just to find out that it's someone else's baby? Porsche delivers news. The trouble is, conducting a DNA test before the baby is born involves needless dangers, and Porsche doesn't want to put her precious pregnancy in danger. General Hospital teasers for next week reveal that Porsche will give important news to someone, and we are hoping it's Curtis. Is she finally going to cave into his pressure and find out which man is her baby father? The last thing Porsche wants is for Curtis to want to be with her just because she's pregnant with his baby. But, at this moment, he doesn't want to be with her at all since she keeps refusing to take the test. Is it finally time for the truth to come out? Who do you hope the father is? General Hospital spoilers. Lucy wants payback. Will it be against Sidwell or Ava? General Hospital spoilers suggest Lucy departed Windermere and Jen Sidwell in angry way on Monday. While she didn't precisely storm out, Lucy departed on terrible terms, leaving Sidwell bewildered as to what she could have expected from him when she dropped an ultimatum in his lap. Choose her or Ava Jerome. Sidwell made it extremely obvious that he doesn't entertain such requests, and he felt that would be enough for Lucy to lay down her arms. Instead, she adhered to her convictions and hightailed it out there, likely ruining the day he set foot in Port Charles. She swore Sidwell would be sorry, but who would truly wind up being the focus of Lucy's quest of vengeance? Lucy the loser? Well, that didn't go the way she was expecting it to. In fact, I'm not sure things could have gone much worse than when Sidwell glanced at Lucy and informed her there must be some type of misunderstanding. He wasn't about to pick, nor was he open to accepting the possibility that Ava isn't good enough for him to spend his time with. It appeared like Sidwell took Lucy off guard when she volunteered to fill him in on Ava's skeletons, and he informed her he's intimately aware of Ava's history, and hers. Ava handled herself with amazing elegance, walking out of this discussion, and knowing that she didn't need to remain around to battle for representation. GH spoilers tease she means business. Lucy is intent on making sure that Sidwell knows he made a mistake by not selecting her over Ava. To be honest, anyone who's been paying attention should be able to notice how much more time Sidwell has been spending with Ava than with Lucy. Moreover, they tend to have significantly more common interests. To me, it felt like Sidwell had been brushing Lucy off ever since he first came to town. She simply comes on too damned hard. But if she thinks Lucy pursuing him was rough, wait till he sees out how hard she goes after she loses. What lies ahead? Lucy could mean business, and she may be bent on making sure Sidwell pays for insulting her. But she also seems very set on seeing to it that she can stick it to Ava. Poor Ava. She kept her head high during her sparring bout with Lucy in Sidwell's living room. She understood when to go, and she was secure enough to know she wasn't going to lose Sidwell's attention simply because Lucy said so. Will Lucy be able to move past this with any semblance of the grace that Ava served up? Or is she ready to dig the hole deeper for herself? Will Sidwell become enemy number one? Or is Ava up first? GH spoilers. Maxi wakes up with amnesia. Thinks she's still married to Nathan? General Hospital fans have been counting down the return of Kirsten Storms as Maxi Jones for months, and the big day is now nearly here. Previews for February sweeps show the fan favorite will be waking up from her coma this month, and you won't want to miss a bit of the drama. Will Maxi have her memories when she wakes up though? Maxi wakes up. It wouldn't be a good soap opera coma if Maxi Jones didn't wake up from her slumber with a case of convenient forgetfulness. General Hospital watchers know that when Maxi went to sleep she was with Damian Spinelli. When she wakes up would she assume that she's still married to Nathan West? After mourning the death of her spouse Detective Nathan West for an admirable amount of time, Maxi recovered and went on with her baby daddy Spinelli and their daughter Georgie. Fast forward to August 2025, when Maxi was the victim of an attack by baddie Jen Sidwell. She escaped the deadly amount of poison, but lapsed into a coma and has been at a hospital in Boston ever since. An unexpected Nathan West reunion when Maxi checked out in August. She had no idea her deceased husband had returned to the land of the living. Nathan made Maxi a widow back in 2018. Ironically, he returned to Port Charles barely a month after his ex-wife was poisoned and flown off for a hospital stay in Boston. It's not rare for soap characters to come up from comas and have challenges with their memories. Sometimes individuals wake up and suffer short-term memory loss and assume it's a much earlier date. The General Hospital rumor mill is speculating that when Maxi wakes up this week, she could assume she's still married to Nathan. Imagine her horror when she finds out he's been hanging out with her old bestie Lulu Falconeri. Are you eager for Kirsten Storm's return to GH? Will she recall that Nathan West is not her husband anymore? GH's Mac and Felicia were a huge disappointment, and this is why. Anna's best pals weren't skeptical of how Anna ended up in a French psychiatric hospital. General Hospital's Anna has been abducted and emotionally abused. Her besties, Mac and Felicia, traveled to meet her when she was recovered in France. Then they just left her in a psychiatric institute. Really? Key takeaways: Mac, Felicia, and Emma visited Anna at a French mental hospital. Anna seems to have suffered a mental break. She informed her pals what truly happened to her, and they still deserted her. Jason, Valentine, Brennan, Dante, and Jocelyn all realized that something is extremely wrong. What happened to Mac and Felicia? Mac and Felicia are Anna's greatest pals. The three, along with Robert, go back decades and have all been spies, private investigators, or police enforcement at some time. They know each other better than anyone and are quite familiar with one another's pasts. At home, Jordan recalls Porsche advising her that if the baby turned out to be Curtis, he would prefer the baby over Jordan. Curtis arrived at the hospital because he couldn't sit at home and wait. Britt soon arrives with the findings, and Porsche opens them and reads them. She turns to everyone. The expression on her face appears to imply that the baby is Curtis, but we'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out. On the next General Hospital, Nathan asks Lulu for her aid, and Trina asks her mom what the results say. General Hospital spoilers Thursday, February 12th. Maxi's return. Porsche's paternity test outcome. Ava's warning. General Hospital spoilers for Thursday, February 12th. State that Maxi Jones will make a reappearance as Porsche Robinson discloses her paternity test findings. Ava Jerome will also issue a terrible warning. So here's what fans should look forward to. First, Nathan West will inform Lulu Spencer that he put himself in a bit of a problem and could really need her aid. This should open the way for Nathan to pour his guts out and reveal he doesn't want to hold back on a romance. Lulu may get on the same page and yield to another kiss or maybe a more intimate experience. Regardless, Kirsten Storms will be back as Maxi Jones in Thursday's episode, so viewers may see Maxi open her eyes and complicate matters soon enough. While Dante Falconeri briefs Jordan Ashford on the Anna Devane issue, Brooklyn Quartermain will act as Giovanni Gio, Palmieri's confidant. Brooklyn will provide some counsel, but she'll know that Gio isn't giving her everything. Gio may finally reveal all the specifics of what Emma Scorpio Drake is up against, and may perhaps think if it's a mistake to stay behind in Port Charles. Over with Ava. She'll turn serious as she offers a warning. Ava will want to make sure someone considers things through instead of behaving hastily. You need to be absolutely certain that's the right thing to do. Ava stresses in Thursday's GH teaser video. Will Lucas Jones tell Ava about eavesdropping at Windmere and recognizing Marco Rios is up to no good with Jen Sidwell? Lucas could be inclined to confront Marco, but Ava may feel that's not the best decision. At GH, Porsche will present the paternity test results that Britt Westbourne just provided. Trina Robinson, Isaiah Gannon, and Curtis Ashford will all get updates on the bio-dad news. Of course, there's always a risk of some off-screen paternity test manipulation in PC, so that's worth mentioning here. Regardless, Curtis and Jordan will chat about their future later, so we'll see whether baby drama will be part of that future or not. General Hospital spoilers predict there'll be difficulties for Porsche no matter what, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers. Is Dante's promotion a sign that Finola Hughes is nearing retirement? General Hospital spoilers reveal Dante Falconeri was caught aback when he sat across from Mayor Laura Collins and Max Scorpio, being welcomed to undertake the post of police commissioner of the PCPD for much longer than he had imagined. Honestly, it appeared like Dante had been ready for Anna Devane to return so that he could get back to doing what he really loves, being a detective. Besides, this new power position has put additional strain on his relationship with Harrison Chase, and he was looking forward to quitting that. Now, with no end in sight, he's being expected to stick it out, and I have to wonder whether Anna's break is going to be much more long-term than any of us imagined in the end. Dante doubles down. Dante has a huge decision to make about whether he'll take the post permanently in Anna's absence, knowing that she may return later, but also aware that she may not. The fans are pretty stunned today to see GH approach Anna's current status as something unsustainable that suggests she won't be okay for a long time. How can that possibly be predicted? We weren't even working as though we had any schedule for when she was going to return from a supposed WSB procedure as it is. Can Dante fight this out and hold the line till Anna returns home? Sure. But it seems like the position would become his and not be given back to her. Where would that leave Anna's character? GH spoilers claim a current crisis takes shape. Caesar Faison is the bane of Anna's existence, and it would appear she is under the delusion that she failed to avoid him yet again. She doesn't know where he is, and she's frightened that he could come after her granddaughter, Emma Scorpio Drake. It would appear like WSB agent Ross Cullum has really done a number on Anna. Anna originally debuted on GH all the way back in 1985. That's a longer span than most performers can claim they've made on a popular series. Who could blame her if she thought it's time to move away? What comes next? Even if Hughes is pondering retirement, it may not be a sudden transition that lies ahead. Instead, she may choose to reduce back on her appearances, sticking it out in France for a time until the allegations are lessened. Her mental health might continue to suffer, and we may genuinely see her become unable to take her customary role back in Port Charles. She could relocate to California to be with Robin Scorpio Drake for all we know. The point is, reduced screen time doesn't imply she'll be gone tomorrow, but the timing is revealing. Hughes turned 66 in October, and she may be ready for the next chapter in her own life. Will Faison claim this one? General Hospital spoilers. James spills Daddy's home. Shocker. Reveals Nathan survival news to Maxi. General Hospital spoilers predict that James West may reveal the Daddy's home stunner. Will James be the one to give Nathan West's survival news to Maxi Jones? Maxi will emerge from her coma shortly, but things may feel precarious to Felicia Scorpio and Damian Spinelli. The last thing Spinelli and Felicia would ever want to do is put Maxi's recuperation in peril. That might lead to Felicia and Spinelli contemplating whether they should hold back on offering Nathan updates. Spinelli and Felicia could think that there'll be plenty of time to tell Maxi the Nathan truth after she gets more of her strength back. Felicia and Spinelli will ruminate over a crucial option shortly after Maxi's back on screen again. It's likely that while Spinelli and Felicia are opting to keep Maxi out of the loop on Nathan for now, James might wind up blabbing the Nathan stunner himself. According to GH Comings and Goings leaks, James and Georgie Spinelli will be on hand when the next part of Maxi's narrative begins. Kirsten Storms will finally return starting February 12th. So many fans will be excited to watch this new chapter. Following her coma waking, Maxi may look forward to resuming her former life and things being back to normal. However, James can turn Maxi's life upside down if he suggests his dad will be happy to see her or something along those lines. Maxi could voice some confusion and inquire whether James thinks Nathan will be joyful from heaven. Then, Maxi may contemplate the idea that James has started calling Spinelli his dad instead. James may claim that Nathan isn't gone forever as everyone imagined. Perhaps James will disclose that Nathan is alive and that they've been doing some father-son bonding while Maxi's been unconscious. Maxi may be dubious and query whether James is making things up, but Georgie may corroborate that her younger brother's being honest. This might push Spinelli and Felicia to back the kids up when they tell Maxi what she's missed. Felicia and Spinelli may acknowledge they also had worries about Nathan's safety early on. That said, there's DNA and fingerprint proof that lines up with this being the genuine Nathan, so Spinelli and Felicia may release that, too. Naturally, Maxi may not be prepared to make a hard judgment call on this until she sees Nathan for herself and really talks to him. General Hospital spoilers claim Nathan and Maxi's reunion is coming up eventually, so stay tuned for the emotional GH moments to come. Is General Hospital's Steve Burton returning to the young and the restless? General Hospital spoilers suggest that we have to ask, is Steve Burton returning to the young and the restless? It wouldn't be the first time Burton moved GH for greener soap pastures, so we have to contemplate the prospect of a Y&R revival. Burton ran as Dylan McAvoy from 2013 to 2017. So might he soap hop back over to CBS and make a mark in Genoa City once again? On Instagram, Steve Burton recently revealed that he was taking a vacation from GH in order to spend more time with his family. Although Burton vowed he'd return to Port Charles this summer, it doesn't imply he still has a long-term future on the ABC drama. It's probable that Burton is considering alternative possibilities, given he only signed a 2-year deal when he returned in 2024. Now Burton may be open to a more lucrative and accommodating position over on the young and the restless. This happened previously in 2012 when Burton quit General Hospital with this similar narrative of wanting to spend more time with his family. Burton swiftly took up an offer from Y&R with a more flexible schedule. So maybe the same thing may happen now. Of course, Y&R also has larger funds than GH, so it may be simple for the CBS serial to convince Burton to repeat his role as Dylan McAvoy or possibly come on board as a new character instead. Regardless, we can't overlook the fact that Jill Farron Phelps was the executive producer at Y&R back then and brokered Burton's agreement. Phelps returned to Y&R in recent months as a producer, so she's on the crew and certainly influencing casting selections. It's worth considering that famous soap personalities like Roger Howarth, Tamara Braun and Matt Cohen joined the program immediately after fans discovered Phelps had returned. Phelps could want to bring Burton back to Genoa City, as a Dylan McAvoy comeback narrative would surely offer some drama. On the other hand, they may let Burton handle a different portion instead depending on what they're going for. Whatever the case, business is business. If the young and the restless can give Burton a deal that allows him to enjoy more family time and make more money in the process, who could blame him for returning Y&R and leaving GH behind? General Hospital spoilers imply that Jason's future may be uncertain, so remain with us for updates on any additional comings and goings news ahead. Danny got creative trying to find out how he and Charlotte could be related at the Quartermain estate. Danny Morgan researched Charlotte Cassadine's social media while waiting for Alexis Davis. When his grandmother visited, he requested her for a Cassadine family synopsis, explaining it was for a history class assignment. As Alexis narrated the family tree, Danny pondered about Charlotte's relationship. Alexis revealed that Valentine Cassadine thought Mikos Cassadine was his father, but he was actually Victor Cassadine's son. The single ancestor Danny and Charlotte have is Nikolai Cassadine, his great-great-grandfather and her great-grandfather. Jason thought guilty over Anna updating Sonny on his meeting with Felicia Scorpio. Jason said that Anna thought Caesar Faison had held her hostage, and he wanted to stop the mythical monster. When Sonny worried if Faison was still alive, Jason mentioned Felicia thought Anna had PTSD, and he regretted not detecting the indications when he spoke to Anna about Faison before her disappearance. Then, he abandoned her when she moved to France, while he stayed in Port Charles to support Britt Westbourne. Sonny tried to reassure Jason that he might not have been able to help Anna, but Jason assumed Anna sent Felicia to him for a reason. He wanted Lucas to feel at ease in Windermere. Assuring Marco that he was happy and not moving away, Lucas kissed him back. Back in the foyer, Sidwell observed his butler listening at the double door to the living room and commented that Pascal should have remained in France. Having heard the disagreement with Lucas, Sidwell reiterated that Pascal would need to leave if he couldn't avoid arousing suspicion, stating that not only did Lucas have it out for him, but was also close to uncovering something he shouldn't. Pascal considered it was terrible to have Lucas walking around Windermere. Pascal brought Sidwell up to speed on Anna. Then Carly arrived frustrated over reliving a former disagreement. Sidwell made it plain that if Lucas was important to Marco, he was important to him too. Then, Sidwell queried about France, and the butler confessed that Anna escaped from his car, had a run-in with the police, and got incarcerated, finally traveling to a mental health institute. Sidwell concerned if they still had access to Devane, but when Pascal was dubious, Jens elected to let Anna cook until necessary, as everything went as he and Ross Cullum had expected. When there was a knock at the door, Sidwell declared he would answer it personally and sent his butler away for the night. He was pleasantly thrilled to discover Carly at the door and welcomed her into the living room, where she told a startled Lucas she was going to apologize. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, Please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.